Michelle from Birdcage and Thread here with a tutorial showing you how to install a zipper on raw-edged, non-fraying fabric such as vinyl, cork or leather using a top stitching foot on a Juki. The Juki machine I'm using is a TL2000QI. I'll put a link in the description box below to the exact foot that I'm using. There are varying widths to choose from, but this one is a 3/32, which means from the needle to the inside of the guide is 3/32 of an inch. If you're working on a different machine, you can use the 1/4 inch foot, which is a foot that has the guide on the outer right side of the presser foot, and the difference is that where the needle is to the guide is 1/4 inch. The pattern I'm using to make this pouch is called Mini Moon and is available to purchase from Craftsy as part of my compact collection. The pouch is approximately 4 inches wide by 2.5 inches high and 2 inches deep, and it features a small tab at each end of the zipper where you can attach either a split ring or a ball chain, making it ideal as a keychain or to hang off a handbag. The pouch itself is unlined, making this a very quick and easy sew, and I'll show you an easy method to cover the zipper raw edge. Although it's similar to other designs out there, the difference is this one is designed for a non-fraying raw edged fabric. I'll also put a link in the description box below where you can purchase the pattern. So grab your supplies and let's get started. So to make the pouch, all you'll need is a minimum of 7 inch by 6 inch piece of non-fraying fabric, such as vinyl, leather or cork. In my case, I have cork. You'll also need a number 3 12-inch long zipper. So firstly, you're going to cut out the pattern. You'll notice when you print the pattern that it has solid lines and a dotted line. So firstly, cut out the pattern on the solid line first. Then you're going to place the pattern on the wrong side of the fabric. And you'll want to use as much of the cork as you can. So I've placed the edge right on the cut edge here. Then you're going to trace around the pattern piece. Then you're going to join these two corners up here, and same with that side, but that side's on the edge, so I don't need to do that. So just join that up. Then you're going to cut around the oval, around there. Don't cut into here. Now, instead of cutting out these rectangles here, you're just going to cut on these short lines here. Just up to the point at that corner there. And do that on both sides. So we're going to utilize these flaps a little later on in the pattern. So you'll also need to cut 2 strips, each 3/8 inch wide by 1.5 inches long. And these will be the little tabs at each end of the zipper. Next, you're going to take the zipper and cut off the 2 zip stops on each end. And take the zipper pull off and separate the zipper. So now you have your main piece cut out with the slits on each side, and you have your 2 small tab pieces, and your zipper is separated. We're now ready to sew. So to begin, just make sure you've got your top stitching foot on. You can see the guide on the foot here. Then you're going to take one side of your zipper tape and place that underneath the foot so that the zipper tape or the zipper teeth is on the outside of the foot, lining up against the outside edge there. And make sure you leave about an inch of a tail behind your foot. Then you're going to take your fabric piece and place it right side up, starting at this curved edge here, folding this flap out the way. You're going to place that underneath the foot. Now I can move the fabric in and out of that foot because the weight is pressing against this guide here. But if yours doesn't have that, you can just lift the presser foot and place the fabric underneath. Now to begin, the fabric's going to slide around. So the best thing you can do is start a couple of millimeters in from that edge and go backwards to start. So the edge of your fabric is lined up against the inside of the guide here, and your zipper teeth is on the outside. So I'm just going to take a couple of stitches backwards just to secure that start there. Okay, now I'm ready to start. So what I'm going to do is with my right finger, I'm just going to pull it in slightly and I'm going to leave my finger there, and that will guide the zipper teeth through so it will stay against this outside of the foot here. And then I'm going, with my left hand, I'm going to guide the fabric so that the edge of it lines up with the inside edge of the presser foot. And make sure you keep this flap out the way and don't catch that in your beginning stitches. And you're turning the fabric as you're going. And you can see my right finger is keeping the zipper teeth lined up with that edge there. And I actually have the fabric lifted up off the bed of the machine to make it easier to maneuver. And as I'm coming around, I'm going to lift this flap out the way so it doesn't get caught in the stitches. Take a couple of back stitches. And as you can see, the stitches are nice and even around the edge there. And this is what the back of the zipper looks like. Then you're going to repeat the same with the other end and the other length of zipper, or the other side of the zipper tape. So again, place the zipper teeth, the zipper tape underneath your presser foot, leaving about an inch behind your presser foot. Place the fabric underneath, a couple of millimeters in, take a couple of back stitches. Just to anchor that start there. Again, using your finger to keep the zipper tape keep the zipper tape lined up with the outside edge of the foot, and you're going to maneuver the fabric with your left hand, keeping the edge of the fabric lined up against the inside of the guide there. Again, a couple of back stitches. And that's your second side done. Next we're going to attach the zipper pull. So what you're going to do is fold it in half right sides together so that these two edges meet where you've started and ended your stitching. So you can see those two edges meeting there. Then you're going to trim your zipper tape so that it's even. Leaving it folded in half so that the wrong side is facing you, you're going to turn the zipper so that the right side is facing you, and it will be flat and even on this side. Then you're going to attach the zipper pull to the tape. To do that, you're going to start with the rounded edge and you're going to place that on one side of the zipper tape first. So place that on one side so that it's part way into that smaller groove towards the end of the zipper. Next, you're going to do the same with the other side while resting the zipper pull on your finger there so it doesn't move. You're going to insert the zipper tape on the other side, and as best you can, you're going to try and line up the ends of the zipper tape so that they're even. Once you're happy that the ends of the zipper tape are even, push on the back of the zipper so that the end or the flat end of the zipper is lined up with the edge of the zipper tape. Then you're going to pull the zipper onto the tape. Then you're going to pull the zipper all the way through and pull the zipper off. Then you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to open up the teeth at the side that you started from. Then you're going to do the same thing again so that the right side of the zipper is facing up. You're going to place the zipper pull back on. And you can push that with your fingernail or something else. Then what you're going to do is open up the zipper in front of where the curved edge of the zipper pull is. So the teeth in front of that you're going to open up. And this isn't damaging the zipper in any way. It's just opening as it normally would. Now you're going to fold this edge flat, but you're going to keep the zipper tape closed at this end. And the reason why we put the zipper pull back on for a second time is so that we can have this end closed when we go to sew the seam along here. Otherwise, you'll have all sorts of shifting if the zipper is open. So turn it over. Now that you've got the zipper pull on and this edge open here, you're going to turn it over and trim your zipper tape. I'm going to try and get this edge as flat as I can. Then you're going to trim the excess zipper. You're going to repeat the same on the other side. You can open up the zipper till it's almost open, so you can fold this edge flat here. Turn it over, fold this flat back. Don't trim off this flap, just fold it back out the way and trim the excess zipper. So this is what you should have now, two closed ends. Then you're going to take your zipper tab that you cut fold it in half, wrong sides together, and you can use a wonder clip to hold these short raw edges together. So just put that on the end. It just makes it easier to handle and the tab won't slip around. Then you're going to insert this tab just under the zipper there, and the tab will fit snugly in that gap in the zipper. So between these two raw edges is where you're placing this tab. Once it's in place, you can hold it with your thumb and finger, take off the wonder clip and then place it back on so that it has hold of the tab plus the zipper. Then, using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, you're going to stitch across this edge here using this raw edge here as your guide for your 1/4 inch seam. Then you're going to repeat the same for the other end. Now these two edges are sewn here, all that's left to do now is fold up this flap here up over the raw edge of the zipper tape so that the raw edge of this fabric here meets the seam that you sew across here. Then you're just going to, about 1/8 of an inch away from this raw edge, you're going to sew a line of stitching across there to secure the flap in place. Then you're going to do the same with the other side. Fold the flap up and over the raw edge so that this edge here meets the seam line, and about 1/8 of an inch away from this edge, you're going to do a line of stitching across there. Once you've sewn each of the flaps down on both ends there, all that's left to do now is to turn it right side out. And just gently push those corners out. Then you can either use a split ring or a ball chain, and you can thread that through the loop at the end. And that's your pouch complete. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks for watching.